Coming up on Cardinals Insider.
I'm very thankful for this. I'll always remember it.
Nolan Arenado returns to Colorado. Plus,
out of all the teams, the Cardinals draft me. It was a dream come true right there.
Keith Hernandez talks about his election to the Cardinals Hall of Fame. And later,
big cut and a miss. Liberator with a 1-2-3 first. Very impressive.
A pair of Cardinals made an impression in the Futures game. All that and more is ahead on Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. Nolan Arenado cemented himself as a perennial all-star during 8 seasons with the Colorado Rockies. And during the first weekend in July, he returned to Denver as a visitor. Here's more on Nolan's experience as a Redbird in the Rockies.
Obviously a lot of memories. I know the field really well. Being on the home side, now I'm on the visiting side. All those little things are a little different. It's been a good time. The fans have been great. I love, all of them. We got a lot of Cardinal fans here too, so they've been great also. So it's been a great 4 days. My family's loved it. I'm very thankful for this. I'll always remember it. It's amazing that, sometimes when you do things in the past, it gets a little bit forgotten. And for them to remember it and appreciate what I did, it means a lot. Because, I know I worked really hard and I cared so much, and I just wanted to put on a show for them,
2-1, and that's lined toward right center field. And Nolan's going to have himself a double. So the second hit for Arenado in the series.
With a classic Nolan swing when that pitch is away.
You've seen kids wearing my jersey. I guess it kind of puts things in perspective, especially when you're going through a hard time in this game and you see kids wearing your jersey and they love watching you play. It kind of makes you want to work harder and continue to appreciate where I am and realize how blessed I am.
Welcome to St. Louis, Nolan! An opening day home run!
I love it. I love every moment of it so far.
Arenado, bare hands, unbelievable!
As a team, we're scuffling a little bit right now, and we know we're a better team than this, so hopefully we can turn it on. But I love every moment of it. I love being in St. Louis. I love where I live. I love everything about it. So this change was not easy, but it's been amazing, and I'm very thankful to be a Cardinal.
Each year, the Futures game kicks off All-Star Week. The top prospects in baseball compete, giving fans a glimpse of the sport's future. Matthew Liberatore and Nolan Gorman represented the Cardinals this year, and they didn't disappoint.
He loves being a part of this.
You got it, dig.
First pitch swinging. Nolan Gorman's all over it. Into the corner it goes. Guerrero is being waved home, and here he comes to score without a throw. It's an RBI double for Nolan Gorman. Make it 4-0 NL.
Yeah, it felt good. Got a first pitch heater, and kind of expected that pitch to be coming, so just made sure I got a good swing on it.
I don't think I could have asked for anything more.
Big cut and a miss. Liberator with a 1-2-3 first. Very impressive.
Facing the best guys in the country right now at our level and going out there and competing against them, I can't ask for anything better than that.
When this guy comes into a clubhouse, everybody knows who he is.
I was ready. This is what I live for. I love as much pressure and spotlight as possible on out there. I feel really at home.
You saw the display that everyone put on today. A lot of guys hit the ball hard. To be a part of such an elite group of talent is pretty special.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
I remember the moment when I found out that I was finally signed by, a major league organization, and it was the Cardinals.
Hear a story of perseverance for a career indie ball player. Also coming up,
It just couldn't be a better script. It's just I could pinch myself.
catch up with new Cardinals Hall of Famer Keith Hernandez. This episode was filmed in the Redbird Roost, otherwise known as the Owner's Suite. It's one of the best views in the ballpark and comes with private restroom and buffet. If you'd like to host a group in the Roost this summer, visit cardinals.com/roost for more information. Kevin McGovern spent a decade in independent baseball. Indy ball is composed of clubs without major league affiliations. Earlier this season, he was added to the AA Springfield roster. It was a monumental moment for the 32-year-old pitcher. He joined our Brett McMillan to discuss the emotions of joining a big league organization.
Kevin, first of all, congratulations. What a neat story. And just what has this been like to finally get to pitch in affiliated baseball for the Springfield Cardinals?
Thank you. It's been a great experience because, once you get past that 7-8 years of indie ball, you're not sure if this dream is going to really come true. And I remember the moment when I found out that I was finally signed by, a major league organization, and it was the Cardinals. It really meant something for that whole journey. And then once I finally got on the field with this team, it was really great because it didn't feel very different. It felt like the same kind of baseball, which made me really excited because, I don't feel like I'm out of place at all. And I was just really excited to contribute for the team.
I heard that there was a special team meeting. You were playing for the Fargo-Moorhead Red Hawks at the time, and they gathered the team up. Tell us a little bit about finding out and what that was like, getting that news from your manager at the time and then among all your teammates.
Well, first off, my manager is Chris Coast, who has a very, very similar experience because he was a 33-year-old rookie for the Phillies, and he went through the indie ball scene as well. So we already had a very good relationship going through the same things, and we went through a losing streak. And I think we were losing 3 games in a row, so he called the team over, and I thought this was all going to be a team meeting about, trying to get back up and not doing too much and just playing within ourselves. And, he had his sunglasses on, and he said, I don't get to do this too often, and everybody's looking very serious. And I didn't know beforehand, he told the entire team besides me about it. And so everybody was really looking serious, and I was just trying to look the part as well. And then he walked over to me and he gave me a big hug, and then everybody started cheering, and I'm going, what is going on? And then he just, he looked at me and he said, St. Louis Cardinals, start packing your bags. And, it didn't hit for a few more hours after that. The entire team came up to me giving me big hugs and just supporting me, and they couldn't have been more happy for a guy like me to get this opportunity. And it just hit home when I finally got a chance to call my dad and let him know about this situation.
It's tough odds, it's a tough dream to chase, but you've been committed to it. If you were going to give advice to, say, a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid who thinks, maybe I want to give it a go, but I'm just not sure because it is such a tough journey. Being where you are, seeing what you've seen, what would you say to a young man who finds himself in that situation?
Well, the biggest thing was don't give up and keep the right people in your life that do support you, because there's going to be a lot of negativity, and I've had a lot of negative people in the last 10 years, and I knew the ones to keep in my life and I knew the ones to not. So finding those people and really making sure that they mattered the most, because baseball has a lot of highs and lows.
He's Kevin McGovern. You can follow along with how he's doing at AA Springfield at springfieldcardinals.com. Kevin, again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Still to come.
This is kind of like the cherry on top to be in this illustrious organization with so much tradition.
He's Keith Hernandez, and he's heading to the Cardinals Hall of Fame. Stay with us. This year, the Cardinals introduced a new batting helmet for Sunday home games. It's one of just a few helmets the club has ever worn.
Well, this is a new design that the Cardinals have debuted this season. Tommy Edman was the first to wear it. It actually debuted on April 11th. And it's based on the Sunday cap. So it has the blue body, the red bill, and the single bird on bat logo on the crown. So this is a Mach Pro helmet that's made by Rawlings. Up until 2018, they wore the S100 Pro Comp, which was the standard in MLB. It's made of a thermoplastic polyurethane, so players should be able to see better out of the side of this helmet than they would the other versions because of the way that the earpiece is more aerodynamic instead of rounded.
O'Neal again, out to center, at the track, at the wall, he's done it again!
We try to document all changes in the uniform, and this is something that's actually pretty special. It's not just a patch or anything, it's a stylistic change, but I think this is pretty spectacular. And I love the single bird on bat logo. It's one of my favorites. So it's in the Legacy Lives On, or what we call the current player's case, and it's on exhibit until next season when we get something else that's new and exciting.
The St. Louis Stars are one of just a few Negro League teams who have their own stadium. Stars Park once stood at Compton and Market, where Harris Stowe State University's baseball and softball facilities now sit. Cardinals Care came together with Harris Stowe to remodel the fields, paying tribute to the Negro League history of that site. Here's what the dedication ceremony looked like.
So today we had our field dedication for Harris Stowe at Stars Park. It was a complete renovation of their baseball field, and we also built a brand new softball field because they didn't have one when we originally started the project. And so we had a full culmination of it today with the dedication.
I think what's so awesome about this field is the history of this field. It brings history back to the forefront that a lot of our student athletes today don't know about. They have no idea the history of the players that played on that field and how they won in the midst of adversity, much like what we see today.
Once in a while we come across a project that we want to go deeper on. And this was one of those. Not just because Harris Stowe's in our neighborhood and because the young kids playing here didn't have the facility that they deserved, but because of that legacy of Stars Field and the fact that this was a historic baseball site.
We are literally where the Stars played back in the 20s and 30s, and so the Negro Leagues teams, they won a couple championships here. There's some Hall of Famers that played here. So it's incredibly historical significance of this site, and that's part of the reason that we wanted to invest here.
I ain't no significance of me being here, just the event itself and what it means, and the importance of the Negro Leagues and the history that it has throughout the sport of baseball. That importance is in and of itself enough. So just being able to be here and support, I'm just thankful to be here.
And I think it means so much to have the St. Louis Cardinals Care Foundation invest in the Harris Stowe State University, their neighbor right down the street. And I think that'll make a difference in the community as a whole because we are better together. And when we support each other, look what happens. Our kids are playing on a beautiful field that they're proud of.
In just a bit, an iconic call from Mike Shannon. That's coming up, so don't go anywhere. Cardinal games are a summertime tradition. And while the bases are still 90 feet apart, the way you get into the game is changing. Tickets are now delivered exclusively through the MLB Ballpark app. And for instructions on how to get your digital tickets, visit cardinals.com/ballpark-app. And you'll learn how to download, share, and use your tickets all in one stop. Again, for all your ticketing needs, visit cardinals.com/ballpark-app. From 1974 to 1983, Keith Hernandez was a fixture at first base here in St. Louis. This summer, he'll join me in the Cardinals Hall of Fame. It's an honor he can't wait to accept.
Out of all the teams, the Cardinals draft me. It was a dream come true right there. And then my dream to be a major leaguer and put on the Cardinal uniform and to fulfill that and get to the big leagues, and then let alone that when it was I have a player and a batting title, and then a World Series and be one of 11 teams in Cardinal history to be on a world bring a world championship to St. Louis. I mean, it just couldn't be a better script. I mean, it's just I could pinch myself. I grew up a Cardinal fan in Northern California in the Bay Area. I have a connection to the Cardinals through my father and Stan Musial, who served in World War II together at Pearl Harbor in the Navy and played on the Navy team. Stan left us tickets when I was an 8-year-old, 9-year-old at Candlestick Park when they come and play the Giants, so I was sold on the Cardinals. I had a full ride to go to Cal on the baseball scholarship, And they knew I had talent, and I was still out there at the 42nd round. Started out in Florida State League, went to the Texas League in Little Rock, and then Tulsa, and on my way up. I was managed by Ken Boyer in AAA. You had Bob Milliken, who was a relief pitcher, was our minor league pitching coach. At Dal Maxville, you were surrounded by ex-Cardinals and, 18, 19, 20-year-old kid. You just like absorbed everything and learned so much from them. St. Louis, we were kind of at the end of the Brock and Gibson, the 60s era. Lou was the last one. Lou was like my second dad. He took me under his wing. I don't know if I would have made it without him. And then the new generation came up, and we finally put it together, and just glad to be a part of it.
The batter, Keith Hernandez, the Cardinals' top clutch hitter. Ozzie Smith scores. Lonnie Smith scores. Even the deck. Cards 3, Brewers 3.
Congratulations to Keith Hernandez, our 2021 Cardinals Hall of Fame inductee.
This is kind of like the cherry on top to be in this illustrious organization with so much tradition and so many great players. To be in the Hall of Fame, it's almost. I just wish my mom and dad were alive to be at the induction. I know the history of the Cardinals. They are the benchmark in the National League, and to be a part of the Hall of Fame and all the great players, the tradition of the Cardinals, is just a tremendous honor.
On August 22nd, 1982, Glenn Brummer stole home, sending the Cardinals to a 12th inning victory over the Giants. The moment has become one of Mike Shannon's best-known calls. Let's listen to it now.
2 down, Sachs jammed. Lavelle at the belt. Checks. Brummer stealing home. He is safe, and the Cardinals win. Brummer stole home. The dugout comes out, and they congratulate him. You wouldn't believe it.
And still to come, you ask, I answer. It's Ask Ozzie after the break. Cardinals Insider is a team effort, and that includes you. We'd love to hear from you. To get in touch with the show, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Contact Us tab. And while you're there, you can rewatch old episodes and check out our podcast too. Welcome to another season of Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. It's all at cardinals.com/insider. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzie. Eric in Bethany, Missouri asks, did you collect baseball cards growing up? No, Eric, I did not collect baseball cards growing up. As a matter of fact, we use baseball cards as in our spokes to get that the humming noise of an engine. So I did not collect baseball cards. We probably should have, but I have a better collection now than I did when I was a kid. You know, I can remember signing the first time I had to sign a baseball card back in San Diego. It was actually my second year, and a young kid came up to me, and it was a special moment, you know, because I think that as a kid growing up, it's part of the dream or the idea of being able to have a baseball card of your own, and to have to sign it was really, really special. Thanks for the question, Eric. If you want to submit a question, head to cardinals.com/insider and click the Ask Ozzie tab. There's more still to come here on Cardinals Insider, so don't go anywhere.
There's nothing like the excitement of Cardinals baseball, and the 2021 Cardinals Media Guide makes sure you're ready for every moment. Learn all about your favorite players and rising prospects with bios, stats, and background info. It's your in-depth guidebook for the St. Louis Cardinals. Get yours at cardinals.com/media guide or at the Cardinals team store inside Busch Stadium. As another year of history unfolds, follow along using the 2021 official media guide. The St. Louis Cardinals fly.
The MLB draft shifted to All-Star Week this year with the 20 rounds unfolding over 3 days in Denver. We close today's show with a look inside the Cards draft.
Of the 2021 MLB Draft, the St. Louis Cardinals select Michael McGreevy, a right-handed pitcher from UC Santa Barbara.
The player will tell you years from now where he throws in that rotation. What I would say is that he has the ingredients to pitch in a rotation. He has the stuff at the upper end that looks like it could lead a rotation.
Michael McGreevy celebrating as we speak. There he is. He's 6'4", 215 pounds, went undrafted out of high school due to a short track record, signability questions, quickly became a star at UC Santa Barbara.
I just came from our war room. As we're looking at our picks, seeing the youth that we had at the top, along with youth as a bit of a surprise as we pivoted in the middle rounds, the power that we had, the versatility, and then obviously the arms were something that we're excited about their future.
That's it for today. You can watch on this station each week or catch full episodes on YouTube. Plus, we're always online at cardinals.com/insider. Until next time, I'm Ozzie Smith, and I'll see you next week.